Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Midas, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to cut out the background of an image. You know, most people use this to make thumbnails on YouTube and all that, and I think it's great for YouTube thumbnails because it really, you know, brings out what you're trying to portray in a video. For example, let me show you what I'm kind of trying to say in this right now. So let's get right to it. First thing you want to do is open up Photoshop. Now, once you have Photoshop open, you want to open whatever picture you want to cut out. You know, you want to cut the image out of, basically. So I'm going to be cutting out of Dwayne right here, and I'm going to be cutting out of PG-13, and I'm going to be placing them on this background. So it's just a rough, I'm not going to be making a thumbnail in this video. That's for a different video. I'm just going to show you guys how to cut out images, so you can, you know, cut out images for anything you want to cut it out for, not just thumbnails. So you want to open up your images. So I'm going to click on open and just import all 3 of my images right here and just open them up. Now they're all in here. So we're going to work with the easy one first. This one's usually, you know, when you want to cut out an image, you want the background to be as different from the image as possible. Like, for example, if you want to cut out an image of yourself, you'd best do it in front of a green screen. Take a picture, a high quality picture in front of a green screen, you know, or a white wall or a black, something that's just plain almost. That way there's not too many things in the background that's just, you know, messing with the image. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. We're going to be using the quick selection tool to cut out this image, and all you got to do is just, you know, draw across it. Just draw and drag. That's all you got to do. If you want a better cutout, you can always zoom in, and to do that, all you got to do is press Z. I'll do that in a second and show you guys what I'm talking about. But first off, let's just cut out as much as we can with this, you know, level of zoom. So now we have a lot of the image cut out as best as I can see. So I don't really see anywhere that needs much detail, but I'm just gonna zoom in regardless. So I've pressed Z on the keyboard, and now I'm just gonna press in and just zoom in. And as you can see, there's a little bit out on the screen right here that's not, you know, cut out properly. So I'm just gonna go back and click on my quick selection tool again and just get that side. It's just because that side is it looks like it's a part of the white background, you know, because of the light reflecting off his skin. So I'm just gonna get that as best as I can. So if you want to get the removal part, because there's an addition and a removal part to this brush that I'm using right now, you just have to press and hold down Alt. It'll change between plus and minus. So that's plus and that's minus. That's plus and that's minus. And you just drag. You got to hold down Alt though if you want to, you want to use the minus function. And we're gonna zoom right back out and just cut out this image. So the next 2 steps are pretty easy. That's basically, you've done the most, you know, the hardest part. Just right click. Sorry, you got to make sure the quick selection tool is selected, then right click and then click select and mask. Then I usually just go with a default of about 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. That's it. And I click OK. And then next thing I usually do is I just layer via copy right there, and now there's a new layer created. So if you turn off this layer, you can see right here we have just our cutout. That's all we need. Now I'm gonna grab this image right here, just click on it and pull it to your background and just place it on here. If you wanted to put an image on, you know, a background like I just did, look what I just did. Now you can make a better, you know, thumbnail. Put some words here, Dwayne, you know, you can go crazy with this. Now I'm just gonna reduce the size of this, and to do that you wanna make sure the layer is selected and Control T, and then press and hold down Alt and just reduce. That's it. So once you have that done, we're gonna leave that right now, and we're gonna go to the second one. Now the reason why I said this one's a little bit more complicated is because there's a lot of things going on in the background, so that usually interferes with the cutout. So it's not usually as smooth, but you can still do a pretty good job, you know, of cutting out these kinds of images. So I'm just gonna cut this out right now and show, and you guys can just watch and see how I do this. And I'll tell you at points where there's, you know, where it's a little bit trickier, but it's not as, I'm not saying it's like crazy tough to do this, but it's just a little bit different. You got to zoom in, you know, a few more times on these kinds of images, because you never know what it's picking up and what it's not picking up, because it blends in so nicely with the, you know, the background. So I'm just gonna finish this right now. Okay, now I'm done with the selection of the image. Next thing you want to do is right click and click select the mask. You can also come up here and click select the mask. By the way, I didn't say that at the start, but it's the same function. So you click select the mask, and you do the same thing with the radius, and then the smoothness, and then the feather, and then the contrast. You can leave it 0. You can tweak these things and, you know, mess around with them and find out what works best for you. But that's usually what works best for me. So I just go okay, and then I just zoom right back out and click the quick selection tool again, right click, and then layer via copy, just like the last one. Then I grab it and then pull it over to the background image. You can see right there, that's another cutout right there. I'm just gonna resize that now by holding down Alt and just pull it on the side. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do right there, man. And then you can just place this. So you can always mess around with these and then use these images for other projects. You know, you can use them to make thumbnails, you can use them to make banners, all that stuff, man. But that's all I got for y'all on this one, man. If you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on notifications. I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man. Midas out.